I need to go for a walk. I need fresh air. Let's go. I had one last little sip of tea. Doesn't matter how many times I go for a pee. As soon as I have that first sip, I think I need to go again. I obviously don't, do I? Right. Let's get myself out. Hang on, I'll get you now. Hang on a second. There's where I smashed my camera closing the door. Yes, I would have done as well. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Right. Car locked. Let's go. This is Ainsdale, by the way. Coming up to Ainsdale Beach, there's the dunes. You can't fly your drone round here. Understandable. We have lots of animals, little creatures that need to be protected. Natterjack toads. There's some kind of lizard as well that we need to watch out for. Has the tide been in? Is it coming in? I don't know. I've not got a clue, to be honest with you. Just stick to the left here to begin with, I think. Don't want to go arse over tit, do I? Well, he said it was 6 degrees Celsius, I think. So it's a bit fresh, but it's not too bad. Go proof, if proof be need be. Ainsdale Beach on the Costa del Sefton. I mentioned in one of my videos about being in hospital and the total absence of nature. And it is bizarre because you are surrounded by beeping machines and brickwork and concrete, generators going off. It is completely and utterly devoid of any nature, and you miss it so much. Which is why it's important that you occasionally get out and get away from those four walls. Whether that's, for me anyway, and not everyone does that, but whether it's during the spring and summer, going outside and sitting in the garden and listening to the birds, having a cup of tea. But even then, you've got the house at the back of you, and you've got the garden fences on the other three sides, so you're still surrounded, you're still hemmed in. Whereas, look at this, man. Just open skies as far as you can see. And that's what it does, it is open. Gives you that feeling of escape. And we've got, in that direction over there, Blackpool, Southport further in that direction, just up the coast. On a clear day, you should be able to see North Wales and Eryri, Snowdonia, but you can't today because it's, as you can see by the drilling platformy, shippy thing out there, it's a little bit misty, a bit muggy. And the water has definitely been in up here, hasn't it? Liverpool's just down there as well. You get to Formby down there. In fact, if you're brave enough, you can walk from here. Pretty much. There's a Crosby you can get to before it starts getting a bit more cityfied. Are there any beaches further south than Crosby? I don't think there is there? Not my end of the city, I'm afraid. I'm a South Ender. I don't mean from South End, I mean from the South End of Liverpool. From Garston, mate. Should have checked, shouldn't I? What time high tides are. Because you need to be careful. And also, it said it might rain a little bit, and if it does, we'll have to switch the camera off because I don't want this getting ruined. It is not waterproof. But the fresh air is nice. Single engine plane, you can hear that. Can't see it though. That'll be from RAF Woodvale. They do flight instruction there. That's usually a lovely sound, that, during the summer. Nice warm days. The sound of a plane going overhead, lovely. I have also got to be very, very careful. I can't run. I'm bad on my feet. I've got my knee brace on today. Don't get caught, do I? Don't want to end up deep in the shite. But you know what's great being out here? Gives you a different perspective on things. I think that's important, otherwise we get too complacent about the places where we live. If you live somewhere where you've got a hill that you can go and stand on and look over your hometown, do it. Or like this, if you've got a beach, look back. You get a completely different view of your hometown. I mean, alright, this isn't where I live, Ainsdale, but Southport, Ainsdale, Birkdale, Formby, it's all the same kind of place, isn't it? But it gives you a completely different view of where it is, which part of the world you cling to. It's important to do that. You should see your town in a different kind of way. Definitely. Can you walk to Birkdale from here? I mean, I know I can't, obviously. I can barely walk to the car, I think. Don't get too far soft, lad. But you should be able to up there, shouldn't you? Just walk straight up. I needed to get out. I was saying in my last video about that thing about feeling low. And then trying to wait, oh, bloody hell, my leg's starting to vibrate. Tremor, not vibrate. Yeah, this thing about feeling low and then realising that it's not low as in mood, it's low as in energy. I was lying in bed earlier, I had a proper lie in today. My daughter's off work. I was just lying there listening to music, I thought I was feeling sad, and I'm not. And again, it's the same thing, it's about perspective, it's where you see yourself. I've started to think that maybe happiness is the same as temperature. And you've got red hot happy and freezing cold sad. And just because you're not red hot happy doesn't mean you're freezing cold sad. You can have days where it's 6 or 7 degrees like today. This isn't hot and it's not particularly freezing cold either. It's just somewhere in the middle. It's nice, it's acceptable. It's a sort of steady state. This is where we're expected to be. It's normal. And that's what happiness is like, I think. If you're too sad all the time, go and speak to someone because it's not right. If you're too happy all the time, what's your secret? For the rest of us, normality, or the average rather, is you're happy sometimes, you're a little bit sad sometimes. Most of the time, you're just in the middle. It's normal. But it's a perspective, it's where you see yourself. Do I have to be happy all the time? No. No one does. No one needs to be happy all the time. Do I need to be sad all the time? Sometimes you do. Which is why people watch weepy films, don't they? Rom-coms, weepy films. Marley and Me and stuff like that. It's good. It's good to cry as well. It's good to expunge some of the negativity that's in you, and having a good cry gets it out of you. I'm sure there's some kind of study or there's some medical reason why crying is good for you. I don't know. I'm not a medicine man. But it's good sometimes to, and I find if I'm feeling a little bit down or low or depressed, put on low, down, depressed music. Because then you don't feel as bad. You think, well, I don't feel as bad as this poor sod who wrote this. At least that's the way I look at it anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. I never said I was right. Just my experience. Fresh air as well. There's something about this. If you live near the beach or anywhere near a beach, anywhere that you can get close to a beach, I suggest you do it occasionally, no matter what the weather. Freezing cold winter, red hot summer. Come and breathe the air. It's a tonic for the soul. I use that phrase quite a lot. And there's a lot of things there are. Lots of tonics for the soul. Oh man. Nose is starting to run now though. Two dogs snarling at each other over there. It's funny as well, you can hear the cars. The coast road is just beyond those dunes, a couple of 100 yards that way, and you can hear the cars going past. And it seems like such a complete alien world to where we are right now. Compared to this, I mean, that's just, looks like the middle of nowhere, doesn't it? Again, Blackpool there, on good days, just towards sort of there, just to the left of Blackpool, you can see the Lake District. Some of the bigger fells up there, which is lovely. Oh, I think she's been selling them on the seashore. Is that a razor clam, is it? Didn't they sing America? No, that was razor light, you soft bastard. Well, plenty of dog walkers. Here in this weather. Wearing the right clothes, getting out, going for a walk. Giving their four-legged friends the proper exercise. This is what it's all about, man. And we're lucky we live in an island because there's a lot of this around us. That counts as flotsam. And there you go. If you do come here, look after these poor animals. They can't look after themselves. I kept an old pair of trainees as well. So you don't understand, they're not worried about it. Yeah, we need to be careful. No fires, no barbecues, no drones. Won't somebody think of the animals? Can you hear how unfit I am? What was that? 20 minutes? Jesus, suffering fuck. Oh, back at the car anyway. As you can see, there's rain starting to drop down on it. So I'm going to go get in, get warm, drink some more of my tea, and then we'll go somewhere else and hope the rain holds off. Well, there's definitely something else I've got to do when I get back, and that's hoover this car. There is sand everywhere, even after clumping my trabs out on the pavement. It's still everywhere. Ah well, don't matter. Don't really matter, does it? Don't matter. I'm worth it. That's a good cup of tea. And there we are, just a few miles up the road. Southport Beach, Southport Pier. See if this rain holds out a little bit, and maybe we can go for a bit of a wander. See, it's us watching you, watching us, watching you. I came for a laugh. Come on, let's walk down here. Let's have a look what you could have won. It's a pity it's not just a little bit warmer. Not loads, just a little bit. That would help. Yeah, you're a little crazy golf. Oh, I don't know what's crazy about a windmill. If you putted the ball and the hole exploded, that would be crazy. So pretty though. We're going to lose all this. Not in Southport necessarily, but seaside towns. and there's something magical about them. And if you don't know what it is, ask your parents or your grandparents and they'll tell you. See, stuff like this predates package holidays to Spain, and it's much nicer, I think. The Victorian architecture, they knew how to build a seaside town, they really did. I mean, alright, that's the Millennium Bridge, that's brand new, Millennium, it's 2025, you're half with, you know what I mean. In terms of sort of architecture, it's fairly new. But look at how pretty this is. Shouldn't take this for granted, definitely not. Just a little escape for those who live in Liverpool, Manchester, Preston, all those cities that are fairly nearby. Just escape here, get out the way. We need more street sculpture as well, I think. I hope that's a sculpture. Wouldn't want to be underneath it if not. Oh, that wind's getting up a bit now. Although the rain seems to have subsided slightly. Which is not a bad thing, I suppose. I was never in Strictly. Does that mean I can park here? I mean, you know, when it comes to architecture, that's not too clever, like, is it? Not compared to, say, down there with the old school hotels. I mean, that there's not a hotel, but you know what I mean. I can imagine for people who used to come here years ago, during the 50s and 60s and what have you, this was the height of sophistication. How beautiful it looked compared to, like, if you're coming from a miner's town or a shipbuilding town, suddenly seeing loads of white buildings in the sunshine, not covered in soot, must have been absolutely amazing for them. And it's still pretty now. Make the most of it, man. I mean, how lovely and pretty does that look? Looks like it might need a little bit of a paint job, but that in the sunshine looks absolutely amazing. Beautiful man. And there you go, one of our most famous residents, Red Rum, who won the Grand National in 1973, 74 and 77. 73 was a spectacular year, by the way. He used to be trained on the beach, Southport and Ainsdale, trained by Ginger McCain, who used to run the stables from behind it used to be a car dealership when we moved there. Well, that was incredible. I'm talking about wanting to go to North Wales, Peak District, Lake District, Yorkshire Dales and go for a wander. I've just spent 20 minutes on Ainsdale Beach, just 20 minutes, and I'm absolutely goosed. Can't walk far, my breath's gone, but that's all good. Every one of those steps is a step towards recovery. I need to do that more often, especially when it's warmer. During the summer when there's no Everton games, just get out. There's 2 days to a weekend. Just go on one of them, doesn't matter which one. Get out there, go for a walk, tire myself out, put some more miles in the legs. When I say miles, I mean a couple of 100 yards really, don't I? At a time anyway. But yeah, that's lovely that. Just escaping the 4 walls and that expanse, that openness. It's good for you. Good for me anyway. If it was nicer and there wasn't as much rain around in the air, I probably would have tried to go for a bit of a wander around town as well. Just see if there's anything good going on. I doubt it, but you know, it's a nice town, but not much goes on. We can show you that anyway, but it's nicer. The Southport looks absolutely incredible in the sun, it really does. Very, very pretty. Lord Street especially. I'll do that when it gets better. Well, we're heading back. So I wanted to show you something in all its glory, which unfortunately never came out on the film earlier because I'm a fucking aegis. Can you see him? Have you seen him yet? You haven't, have you? Here you go, here he is. Now I know he's not a Kippers or a Horace. Do not climb, no intention of climbing him. But he is. His name's Jester, I think, isn't it? I'm sure that's what it said earlier. Yeah, there you go. His name is Jester. Isn't he a fantastic looking creature? I said earlier, didn't he, we need more street sculptures and things like that. Oh, look how cute he is. We need a lot more than that. And it's a shame these weren't open today because the lights of Funland and Jester would have been absolutely fantastic. But there you go. There's our Jester. I think, do we make him the thumbnail as well, do we? I think we do, we'll make him the thumbnail. Here you go. Or can we get one with the get one with the leapers in the background. There you go. Sorted. Right, it's all a bit darker now, isn't it? It's all gone a bit dark. And it's a bit cold as well. It's not wet, but it's cold. I need to edit this video. Oh man, I'm still knackered. I've had to lie down and everything. I'm still knackered. Gorgeous carousel, that, isn't it? Proper old school. Lovely during the summer when this place is open late and all the lights are on. Right, let's get going.